Yeah, let's continue Snowflake integration with Python. In this, let's continue Snowflake integration with Python examples. In that, before going to start working with the application, let me add some important notes. Install dependency. Okay. Second note two. Note one is note one is create a workspace. Create a workspace and open any IDE with with this workspace So let me go to here. I am sorry, I am creating workspace under my C drive under Akkem Sreenivas under complete Snowflake. Here I am creating let me create here. I am creating one folder called workspace. In this workspace, I am creating actual folder for my Snowflake integration with Python. Okay. Then open any Python supported IDE. I am opening VS Code. You can open PyCharm IDE, you can open Jupyter Notebook, you can open Spider, whatever the Python IDE you like. Okay. So I am opening VS Code. Let's click on VS Code. Okay. Let's open the folder. File and open folder. Go to C drive. Akkem Sreenivas, complete Snowflake, workspace, Snowflake integration with Python. Yeah. Click on I trust authors. Click on I not new file. I created a folder. Okay, here, right? Here you can click on file. You can open a folder and select the path you created. Okay. So here I want to write Python programs. Before writing Python Snowflake programs, install dependency, Python Snowflake dependency. Take this pip install Snowflake connector. Okay. Click on terminal. Click on new terminal. Click on terminal. Click on new terminal. And then paste that command. Press enter. Then it is installing. It is saying requirement already satisfied, means I may be executed this command before our training session. So that's why here it is showing. In your case, it may not if you not previously executed. Okay. So I have installed driver. Now let's start creating a database. Create a database or connect to database. So this is our requirement. Write a Snowflake Python integration application to perform create a database or connect a database. So I am writing one Python file here. Let's see here. file symbol, click on new file. Here I'm writing connect connect snowflake snowflake db.py. Okay, this code. I'm taking this code. Then I'm writing this functionality. I'm writing this functionality. Observe. First, we have to import this one, snowflake.connector. Then connection equal to snowflake.connector.connect. Here we have to provide details. We have to provide details. So your username. How can we find your username? There is one more property also required. We will see that one. Go to Snowflake. Go to Snowflake here. Here, uh, create a database. Create database. Database name is test underscore db. Test underscore db. I am creating this one. Let's see. Database is created. Refresh here. You can see test underscore db is created. I am using that database name. Yeah, test underscore db. In this schema is already created with the public. In this schema is created with the public. I am using that public schema for creating my tables. Okay. So these two we have. Now, warehouse name. If you remember, in previous session, I said Snowflake separates storage and processing. Processing in Snowflake terminology, we call it as virtual warehouse. We have to give this virtual warehouse name. Where can we find this virtual name? Go to Snowflake web interface. This one is a virtual warehouse name. Compute underscore WH. So give that virtual warehouse name. Give that virtual warehouse name. Compute underscore WH. Then your account. Before that, let me give a username. My username is Akkem Sreenivas. For temporary purpose, to show password for you, I modified password for my account. My password, while creating Snowflake account, you give username, right? That username you have to provide. Yes, that username only. Your voice is breaking. Yeah, you can create a separate user. You can provide that user details also. If you are feeling, if you are feeling that is, yeah, 1 minute. If you are feeling that is root account, then create a user, provide that user details here. Yeah, you can continue. Right? Yes, case sensitive. Username is not, but password is case sensitive. Yes, correct. While creating account, whatever the password you given to that user. Hmm. Yeah. Uh, sure.